Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's video here. It is September 21st, 2024. We're pushing 93 degrees here, and we're supposed to be, I think, this weekend in the first week of the beginning of fall, but they said it's not going to be right away. But like I said, we're at 93, probably feels over 100 or something like that. But yeah, college football is on. I'll be watching my team, the Vols, play against Oklahoma tonight. But anyway, before I do that, I'm going to try to work on this one push mower here that I got for free. I don't know if you guys saw the shorts on Instagram, or I might have put a shorts up here for it on YouTube. I got this mower with the lady was getting rid of it out in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's about 25-minute drive, just depending on traffic there. I've gone that way before, towards that way before, when I worked at that Walmart out there. But anyway, she had that, and then when I was on my way there, she gave me a worx battery powered trimmer as well that works. Get it? Works. It's a worx trimmer that works. I thought maybe it was broken and it needed another battery. So no, it gave you the battery and the charger with it. I'll show you guys probably in this video that. But anyway, we're going to work on this mower here. Here it is right here. It is a troybilt one. Came with the bag as well, so that's a bonus. So I had the bag with it. It's got my favorite engine to work on, the Quantum engine. The 6.75 gross torque. And I'm going on a little rant here, and I've probably done it plenty of times before, and I hate when people do this. There's people in my area that, work on mowers too, to each their own. They do the same thing I do. But they sit there and they literally write on their listing, this is the horsepower. This is gross torque. This is not the engine horsepower. It's a 190cc engine. 6.75 gross torque. Not horsepower. There's one guy that gets on there and does it. And he literally writes on there that the horsepower is 6.75, or if it has the 625 gross torque on the EX engines, the newer ones, he puts on there it's 6.25 horsepower. And I'm like, this is not that. Every one he puts up there on it, when it's the gross torque, he puts on there literally it's a 6.75 horsepower. It is gross torque. Gross torque. It literally says it on their gross torque. Do you guys see anything on there that says it's a horsepower? I don't. Okay, anyway, ran over. I hate when people do that. That guy literally, I want to get on there sometimes and go off on him on his listing, because he literally sits there and says it's gross. The gross torque is the horsepower. It's not. Anyway, neither here or there. It's got some issues we need to take care of. Spark plug looks somewhat new, so that's a bonus. We'll see if it's the right one. That's an NGK spark plug. Oh, that's a bonus. Okay, so somebody was taking care of it. The handle is kind of left to chat there, so that's a problem right there. We'll have to fix. I'm going to have to find a nut and bolt or something with that situation. We'll see what's going on with it. We'll have to take the tape off. It's missing the 2 screws for the cover. And that's a good chance to look at the engine plate while we're here. Look, it says 675 on there. So we're looking at the 4th month, the 9th day of 2010. There's April 9th, 2010. Okay, so this is 2024. I'll get a chance to look at everything here. So the auto choke is there. It's an auto choke engine. I don't mind these. Some people don't like them. I don't have a problem with them as long as they work. There's the model and serial number for you enthusiasts there. I'll put it on the description of the video too as well. But there it is right there. The cables work. It's a push mower, not a self-propelled one. At least the side chutes on there. The mulch cover. Underneath, we got some broccoli. Blade looks somewhat decent. Okay. It's got a lot of cleanup. Hopefully enough it's not rusted out in the front. These have a habit of rusting a little bit in the front, the cracks. Okay, so I tilted it up, so we're gonna have to check the oil on here. So let me go get set up. Let's check the gas real quick while we're here real quick. Okay, so we're bone dry on gas. Now that could be a bad thing or that could be a good thing. That'd be funny if we just put gas in there and it starts up. I might actually do that now. But let's check the oil on this thing before we pull it over and see if it does anything. So without further ado, let's start turning some wrenches on this bad boy. Let's get it fixed. Maybe we can sell it here in September. Alright, let's check the basics on it. Let's check the oil situation first on here. See what's going on with it. I got my nut driver right here because I'm a nut. So I'll have to find some 2 screws to throw in this cover here. That shouldn't be no big deal to do that. Alright. Well, we got some oil in there. Just wipe it off and check it again. Okay, so we got oil. The only thing is it's near the bottom of the dipstick, but it's got something in there. So it's going to need an oil change. So it's dark. So we'll check. It's got lubrication. Not much, but it's got lubrication. Alright. Next best thing, let me get you guys. Check you guys over here. Okay. I've got a flap one. I'm going to have to fix the handle. See what's going on with that. Let me get you guys over here. You guys down here. Camera down there to the situation. Alright, I got my starting fluid. I'm doing starting fluid. Let's check the air filter. Here I got my nut driver 5/16. Or you can use a flathead. Alright. Filter. The pleats are packed in here. Look at this. Look at that. Would you look at that? Yeah, she's packed. Alright, so we're going to leave that off of there. I'm not going to put that back on there. I know that's no good. I'll show you guys one more time just in case. See? Look at the pleats are completely packed full of grass and debris. So that air filter is no good. That's alright. No big deal. Alright, let me get you guys back over here. Guys, right here instead. Okay, there you go. Pull this off of here. So we're gonna do some cleaning on it. No big deal. Well, let's see if it's got. We'll eliminate 2 scenarios in this one. We're gonna have either spark. By doing this, we'll check and see if we have spark, and we'll have compression too. So if we got fire, we'll have fire. It's an auto choke, but more like we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to go through the carburetor. I might take the bowl off. We'll do a little quick and dirty on it. Maybe we'll just put gas in it and it'll run. Well, let's see what it does. So here we go. Ugh. Kind of wish I didn't do that now after that grass. One thing I like about the auto choke is you don't mess up no primer situation on it. But alright, let's get it up on the table. We'll start working on it then. Do a little wrenching. Alright, we're set up here on the workbench. Well, this is easy to take off because we don't have nothing there. I'll have to get some screws to put on there for it. So the gas tank is empty. That's a good sign. I'm happy about that, in a way. It don't actually smell old. You know, I almost want to put it up on the back on the ground and see if it'll actually run. But I need to wipe some of this stuff off before I do. And bring my air compressor out here. But maybe we should look for the carburetor first. Let's do that. As much as I want to run it, because it's got an empty tank, and I know we wouldn't get that lucky to do it, but I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to go through that first. I'm going to bring my air compressor out here today. So I'm going to spray a little carb spray around here, clean some of this gunk off of here. I know some people clean the mowers too before they work on them, and I understand that. I need to get to that point to do the same thing. I just haven't got to that point yet. I almost want to work on them. You know, I'm starting to see some gunk come out of there. We might be doing the right thing by just looking at the carburetor now that I see that. But anyway, let's get all this nastiness off of there. Makes me want to look at the top of it because I see something. No, there's nothing in there. Never mind. But one good thing about these, they're easy to take off because they are. This is an auto choke one, so you don't have to worry about primer, bulb, the gasket seating in there incorrectly. Should we take the bowl off first? Let's take the bowl off first. Hang on, let's do that. Okay, I got a offset wrench here. That's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to have to... Fortunately, I sprayed that stuff on there and it's starting to peel some of the paint. Ugh. That kind of sucks. Forgot about that. That paint wasn't doing that until I did that. Oh well, I took a little bit off the resale value. Okay. Alright, so what do you think? You think the main jet's clogged up? Take your guesses right now in the comment section. You know, it keeps binding up as I get through this. I got a feeling. Well, the main jet's not clogged up. It's right there. Focus. Come on. I can't get it to focus. It's worried about focusing on that. Okay, trust me, there's daylight. I can't get it to... There we go. There's daylight in there. Okay, so that's a good sign. Maybe this was put up... Okay, well there is some nastiness in there. Okay, so that's not too bad. Not bad at all. I'm expecting a lot worse, honestly. Now, you know, some people just throw a carburetor and call it a good day. I'm kind of one of those. I don't want to. I'm up for it. Don't get me wrong. Let me rephrase that. If it's to the point where you can't clean it and you can't get it to go, and you tried every option you can to try to get it to run, then I'm all for switching out a new carburetor. But if you can get the old style one to kind of work, which in this case we're doing that here because you have to wait a little bit for a carburetor to get here, and I'm at the point where I'm trying to get these things to run, and I'm trying to clean out my Ford. You guys can look in the background here right now. I got a lot of crap, and I'm trying to see what my situation is on it. I don't really want to take the carburetor off to work on it either. It don't look too bad. I think we're going to do that. I'm going to be all in. I'm going to put my chips in right now. I think we're going to just run it as is and hope and pray that all I had to do was just clean out that bowl. We just call this, you know, Henry coined it, the quick and dirty. So, wish I could say I did that, but he came up with that before on his channel before I did on my channel here. So, I like it's got an NGK spark plug. Those are good spark plugs to have besides the Champion. So, somebody was doing something with this. All right. I'm going to go blow out that air filter real quick. I'll bring you guys back. And I'm going to clean all that broccoli underneath because I know as soon as I start that mower, it's going to throw it everywhere. So I'm going to go do all that. I might do that while I still got it on its side. Put it on its side. And then we'll see what's going on with the handle situation. But let's make sure the engine runs first before we worry about fixing that handle right there. So I'll bring you guys back in a couple of seconds. Okay, well, anybody wants a broccoli? I don't have any cheese. I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to get that yourself. I already supplied the broccoli. You're going to have to get the cheese out for it. Anyway, that's all cleaned up. Now, this is a used filter I got. Sometimes I don't get rid of the used ones. If they don't look too bad, I won't throw them out. I don't know, this one's an old one, but just to see how this runs right now, we're going to throw that on there. And then we'll see how the engine runs, and then we'll go from there. And like I said, I know some people clean them. They'll clean them, you know, before you know, when they're working on them, which I understand that to a point. In my opinion, I want to see if this engine's gonna, the mower's gonna run before I go and spend all that time cleaning it. Now I know, like I said, to each their own. You know, people have different ways of doing things. And I'm not knocking that. I enjoy people's ideas of how they do things. Some people clean them before they work on them, and I understand that. But my personal opinion, I want to see if the mower is going to run first before I go and clean it. Because worst comes to worst, I know yeah, it's going to be clean, but at the same time, you know, I don't know if it's going to be a mower that's going to be worth fixing, and I don't know if I want to worry about cleaning it. Now, I notice this thing is bent out. This tab here for the throttle. So I think I'm going to bend it straight here. At least try to get on it. I notice that's bent in like somebody was trying to turn it down. So maybe it's supposed to be one of those where you put on a socket and thing and do it. I'm gonna bend it a little straight, not much, just a little bit. There, it was bent in some. Do that, and then I got some fuel we're gonna throw in here, and then I'll get some screws. Maybe I got some self-tapping screws or some flat screws I can throw in there. I think I might have some. Just to throw on that cover to make it look nice and hold it on. Alright, let me get you guys down here on the ground. Let me get you guys right here. There's my fuel can right there. It's ready to go. I feel well, that handle is taped up. Something's on there. I just don't know what it is. But anyway, now when I started, it shouldn't blow any broccoli out. Now are you guys in the earshot where I can see? Okay, yeah. Got it in a perfect angle. Now we're going to see if this carburetor is any good. Like I said, all I did was quick and dirty it. We'll put a little bit of gasoline. I'm not going to put too much, just in case the carburetor does leak. And I'm not wasting any gas. Put that much in there. Put that back. Okay, put that back on there, like so. While I'm waiting for that, you guys watch and make sure there's nothing leaking. I'm going to grab me a clamp. Okay, I don't see anything leaking yet. Okay, I don't see anything leaking. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay. Hey, what do you think? You think we can get away with this bowl clean? I'm all for that. Shoot, I'm all for easy fixes nowadays. I'm starting to get a point. I'm starting to get lazy in my way I am. All right, let's see. Here we go. It's got a little bit of oil, a little bit of fuel. It should be auto choke. All I should do, hopefully, one pull and it starts. Here we go. Or maybe two. Okay. Right again. I choked it out. Somehow the safety switch is not working on there. So, it had a little bit of a knock, but it didn't sound like it as it shut off though. That's kind of odd. It needs an oil change. So, let's do an oil change on it. And then we'll take off the blade and I'll probably sharpen it. You guys see me sharpen the blade, so I'm not going to show you guys that. I'm going to do it over here off camera. I'll bring you guys back. I'm going to drain that oil out, see what we got coming out of it. Alright, since I don't know if that thing's a little bit knocking, I did have some 38 oil. I usually buy this when I'm at work. But I noticed I had some in this, because usually I use this as a measuring cup, because it goes from all the way to 18 ounces. So I kind of noticed, I had about 12 ounces sitting there already in oil, and it's clean. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get some high mileage stop treatment. I got this for my truck originally, but I'm going to put a little bit in here to kind of compensate for the rest of the ounces I need. Stuff's going to be thick, but I think I'm going to put it in that engine, kind of help it out a little bit. There. We'll see where we're at with it. And while it's doing that, all the maple syrup is going in. I might have to stop it. I might have a little bit too much in there. Slow process. Let me guys bring you back after that thing fills up some. Okay, it's kind of filled up. That's where we're at now. Like I said, I know somebody's going to say, hey, you're not supposed to put that in there. Okay, well, I'm doing it. It's on my watch. It's an oil stabilizer I'm going to put in here. I'm going to help it out a little, the situation. Now, I put a blade on there. They actually somebody else had put a 20-inch blade on there, which, I mean, that's alright. Only bad problem is I couldn't sharpen it because the lift is not there anymore for it. So, still a little bit of oil in there. Thought I got it all. Okay. In you go, little buddy. Oh, did I have some black oil in here with this? Oh. Thought that oil was clean. Don't look like it. I think I just wasted some oil in here. Well, I'm going to do another oil change anyway, so that's okay. Maybe this will kind of help it out. We'll do another oil change because it looked like there was a little bit in there anyway, so it's alright. No big deal. No big deal. Unfortunately, this is what the oil that came out of it. I mean, there's some in there. I mean, it's deep and it's black. Ain't no decent about it. It's black. Alright, let me let that settle. We'll check it. We're going to probably do another oil change on it again. We'll see how it sounds, though. I'll let it run for a little bit longer. And then I'll put some fresh oil in there. I might have to do some more stabilizer on it, but we'll see how it runs with that thickened up a little bit. Might have to run a little bit more to get it hotter. I'm going to go do that. I'll bring you guys back in a few seconds. So there's an issue going on with that safety switch. Cutoff switch. It acts like it wants to work, but it doesn't. Now it does do a little bit better. we're going to run it a little bit more. I'll do another oil change on it. We're going to have to probably run it. I'll probably run it through its paces and get it going. But I noticed, like I said, the blade was a 20 inch, which is right here. I had a different clamp on it. I was getting ready to sharpen it. And, you know, it's got somewhat, not much of a lift, but, you know, see, I was trying to sharpen it, then I stopped there. There's a 20 inch blade. It didn't look like it was all on there tight. So I had this universal blade I got at work a long time ago back when they marked them down. It's looks like the Gator blade I got on there right now. But we're gonna have to probably take off that cover, take out the bolts off for the gas tank, the 3/8 bolts there, and see what's going on with it, and see what the safety switch is not connecting right. It probably needs to be cleaned, or it's not connected. One of the two. It probably got disconnected. So let's bring it back up on the workbench. We'll take a look at it, and then I'm gonna get a couple of screws to fix that top here. I think I got some I can throw off another cover on there. We'll do that, and then I'll bring you guys back. Let's go get it on the workbench though and see what's going on with the safety switch. Alright, let's see what's going on with this safety switch. So 5/16, 5/16, and then we got 5/16, 5/16 on the top, and then 3/8 on the bottom, on the four here. So and I will put these back on. I always do the 5/16 back by hand, just due to the fact I don't want to cross thread them, let alone strip out that part where the gas tank sits on. Those are hot. Let's see if I can get these off. Those haven't been off in a minute. I gotta clean it anyway, so I ain't worried about it too much. There. Difficult one because of where the gas tank is on this side. Scoot that over a little bit. There we go. Thank you. Alright. The bolts are right there. For that, we can look underneath here, make sure nothing's unhooked. Oh, wait a minute. We got one more 5/16 to take off. Where the oil dipstick is. Almost did it. Almost stripped that out. There. And it should. Now, let's see what's going on with it while you're not working. Let's see. That wire's hooked up. Unless that contact is dirty. Might need to get the air compressor in here and blow this out. Well, the wire is intact. I see that. And it is connected. I'm just wondering if it got dirty. It's not connecting right. I'm going to have to get an air compressor. I'm going to go blow all this junk out of here. I didn't want to bring any more stuff out here, but I might have to. Let me go clean all that out. And I'll bring you guys back. Alright, well, I took it off. I've cleaned it there. I cleaned that little bit off there with the air compressor. I cleaned off all the fins. Stuff blew out what I could get out of there dirt-wise out. So I cleaned it. So maybe it was just a dirty contact. We can only hope. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put it together. I'm going to take my 1/4 inch, just check those, make sure those are on there tight. And then I'm going to go put this back together. I'll bring you guys back down. I'm going to get something to put on. I'm not going to put that cover on there yet and mount it until I find out this is actually working, the switch. Alright, let's get it back down here. Hopefully enough for me cleaning that contact. Probably get something to it. If not, we're going to have to see what's going on. Might have to switch a wire out. Hopefully not. Let me put this back on here because it gets in the way. I want to bolt that back down, but I don't want to yet until I figure out what's going on with this thing. Alright, let's see. Spark plug is hooked up. Alright, let's see what it does. It works, but you have to fight with it. That's kind of odd. Let's try it one more time. I shouldn't have to do that though. This one's being difficult. Anyway, let me go. I gotta go mow a yard across the street real quick. I'll bring it back. I'll let this thing cool down a little bit, and we'll go from there after that. So let me go get this yard mowed. I gotta get done. All right, I got you guys on the ground right now. It has cooled off since then. I went over there and mowed what I needed to do. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Well, that's that kill thing. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's that where that kill thing is, where it hits the ground. I'm gonna start looking at it. I'm gonna start looking here where this thing is. I'm gonna get me a brush real quick. Hold on. You know where that little switch is that connects to it? This part right here. I'll clean this. Clean that off a little bit. It's scraping against it. try that first before we start pulling things apart. Here, because it acts like it wants to shut off, and then it doesn't. I did it off camera already without you guys there. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this all back together. Let's try one more time, see if we got it. If not, I'll have to look at it tomorrow when I get home from work. There. But anyway, let me get you guys back after I put it back together. Alright, since we I cleaned that, we cleaned that with the toothbrush. Maybe it'll help the ground, I hope. So let me try it now and see what it does. Here we go. Then I unplugged it. No. I don't think I ran out of gas that quickly. Tank's dry. Okay, maybe I ran out of fuel. Alright, let's put some in here real quick. I didn't want to put that much in there because I didn't know. It's got some fuel now. Let's see what it does. I just want to see if this switch works now. That's what it was. It was that little part where it slides on there. That was the issue. There we go. Go figure. I'm sitting here, I was going to get ready to take the coil off of there and switch it out, but hey, made it easier. Now let me get some tape real quick. Let's take that off of there, and we'll see what's going on with that situation with the handle. Okay, so let me bring you guys back. Okay, I got some tape. I mean, not tape. I got some knife here to see what's going on here with this. So well, the handle looks like it's intact. At least I think. Okay. Okay, if I'm looking at this right, okay, so it's missing a nut right there. Okay, so what's going on with this thing? Yeah, it looks like we got looks like it might be stuck. Okay, so that's the problem. Here is this thing got stripped from that, and it's not holding it anymore. So they try to use tape looked like some duct tape to try to fix it, and then they stuck a screw in here. I don't even know what kind of screw that is. Let me see if I can get something to get that off of there real quick. I'll do that off camera. Let me get that off of there. Something that's stuck on there. Let me get some vice grips. Okay, that's going to end part one. The video's a little bit long. It's going to be about 45 minutes right now as we speak. So I'm going to go ahead and end it, and we're going to start. This is going to be part one of this. So part two, I'm going to put the handle back on here. Unfortunately, I'm going to see if I can try to plastic weld that other piece back together with that nut. But I do got another one. I pulled off another handle. And I'll have to get the other bolt to put on here to hold that on there, and then we'll fix that. And then I'll get the screws to fix this, and then we'll be all set, and we just gotta clean it up. So not too much more to do on this thing. But anyway, we'll do a part two on it. We'll do some maintenance on it real quick, and then I'll show you guys maintenance wise what I'm gonna do to it. And we'll get the wheels cleaned up and all that. So it'll probably be a short part two. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Check me out on Instagram there, and like, share, and subscribe share these videos out to everybody. Keep on turning those wrenches, and I'll see you guys on part two. Catch.